Hey guys, welcome to my diaspora story. With me here, I have a very wonderful friend here. Mary is going to take us through her journey, how she came to the US. Stay tuned and let us all hear from this beautiful story. All right, Mary. So before we get to know you, I have an icebreaker question for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
There's a house that is burning.
Mhm.
And you need to actually get out with at least two things. What will those things be? But I have to give you the options.
Okay.
So one of the options is uh, your kids, your parents-in-law, your hubby, and there's like $10 million in the house.
Okay.
What are you gonna get out with?
That's easy. My kids.
That's number one.
Yeah.
But I need two.
Oh, you need two.
Yeah.
My husband.
There you go. Your husband.
I'm sorry for in-laws. Yeah. We can make 10 million,
You can
If
make
I have
10
those,
million.
if you have those two, we can make 10 million.
And what's your reasoning for the kids?
The reasoning for the kids, I feel like they are vulnerable. They are mine. They are mine. Like, those are mine. My husband has his own parents, but my kids are mine. They will never have another mother. So that's why I have to save those kids.
Good.
Yes.
All right. Now, who is Mary?
Wow. That's a broad question. So, who is Mary? So, Mary is first of all, a child of God Most High. That's the first title. And then I'm also a daughter to my parents, a sister, a wife, and a friend to many people.
Wow.
Yeah, that's who am I. But just to give a story, I was born in the coastal region of Kenya, Mombasa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Na mbona tusikiangi hiyo Kiswahili ya Mombasa?
Kiswahili cha coast kiko kidogo tu,
Lakini
unajua imekuwa mixed into so many cultures because pia nimekuwa in so many counties, so my hata Kiswahili changu kiko Kijaluo kidogo, Kikisi kidogo, Kiswahili kidogo, like it's mchanganyiko wa udongo, unajua?
Okay.
Yeah, so huko ndio that's where I was born. And then I spent most of my childhood in Homa Bay County.
Okay.
That's where we were brought up. That's where most of our upbringing happened. And then after there, I went to high school, Moi Girls, Nyabohanse. And then after that, I went to college, Baraton University in Eldoret. And while here, when I was in third year, I lost my dad while I'm in campus.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I think that was a big turnaround in my life. That's where I feel like everything changed. The way I was reasoning, the way I was relating to people, the way my goals changed in life. You know, when you're I forgot to say that we are a family of 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys. I'm a second born. But it happened that I was the first to do everything. I was the first to go into high school because our firstborn was always sick. So I couldn't wait for him. So they said, okay, whoever goes first. So I've been like, most people around us know that I'm the firstborn. I've always been the first to join college, first to do everything. So when my dad passed on, I think that's where life kind of changed. I had to grow up so fast. I remember I was 20. Yeah. So I had to grow first and be like a parent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thank God, which I'm also encouraging most women. I'm sorry I'm starting your channel.
No. Go ahead.
With some advice. That's why I encourage most women. I know life sometimes can take a different turn, do something on the side, just in case. The reason I'm saying that is because when my dad passed on, my mom was working. So we never felt it, but we felt the absence. The financial bit was not really, it was affected, but not that much, because at least every one of us went to school as planned. But yeah, so that's why I encourage women, even men, encourage your women to do something small on the side, so that if any, you don't have to divorce to lose your. Most people think that the only time you are a single parent is during divorce, but there's also death happens, and it might come unexpectedly or expectedly. So
let's plan earlier.
Let's plan early and empower your woman. So
wow.
So that's all I can say. I think that's a brief summary of my life.
Thank you. So as you may know, this channel is all about your story in the diaspora or to the diaspora. How did you find yourself in Minnesota?
Thank you for the good question. So my journey to Minnesota came after I met my then boyfriend. I was in Baraton. He had come. When we met, he was here in the US. I was in Kenya. In 2009, he came for an engagement party. We got married in 2010. After we got married, that's when the process of coming to the US started. But I also want to say there's a challenge there. I was a new bride. We're in a long distance relationship. So many expectations from the community, the family. It was not an easy long distance relationship, because most people thought this guy is lying to you. You're a new bride, remember? So there's that.
And you're young.
This guy is lying to you. I don't think he'll ever take you to the US. To me, my goal was to live with my husband. I'm sorry to say, I gave an ultimatum. I said, I'm very young, and I don't think I can do a long distance relationship for either the next 10 years. So I told him, I think the max I can do in long distance is 5. If there's nothing that can happen after 5 years, you better come back home, or we just stop this marriage thing. And by that time, I had conceived while on honeymoon. So a baby was involved. But regardless, I had said, no, I still stick with 5 years. It was a 5-year plan. The long distance was a 5-year plan. So God worked it out, and I came here on a spousal visa. I came here in 2014. And that's how my journey started.
You have mentioned a spousal visa. And there's a video I did explaining ways of coming to the US. Could you touch a little bit on a spousal visa? How does that work?
So a spousal visa is when you are married to either a permanent resident, that's a green card holder, or a resident who has gained citizenship in the US. So for example, my husband who had a green card and later on filed for citizenship. So when I came, he was already a citizen. And when you come on and that's why it took me long to join him. Remember, we got married in 2010.
He was still a resident.
So he was still a green card holder. So according to him, he told me, when you bring your spouse on a green card, it takes longer, according to him. But I haven't researched on it. So if you can research, that's fine. But when you bring your spouse when you're a citizen of the United States, things go so fast. And which was true, because I remember he filed me on October of 2013. And I was here by March 2014. So it took 6 months for me to come here.
Okay.
So the process is faster. And once you get here, you only take 3 years to be a citizen. So I took only 3 years to be a citizen. Unlike someone who came on a spousal visa, on a green card, I think they take 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you
that's
so
the
much.
difference, yeah.
So now you come, you get to the US. I know that when you go to the US, you went back to school. I remember that when you were in Kenya,
Yeah.
you had a degree. You had a degree
I had
from
a
Kenya,
yeah.
which of course you were proud of.
Yes.
And then you got here,
yeah.
everything was
Yeah.
changed.
So, as you said, for sure I had a degree. I had a degree in biology with the hope that I'll be a medical doctor. Okay. So it was like a pre-med preparation for medical school. You know? Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you wanted to be a doctor from early in the game.
Early in the game.
Okay.
So I did biology with the hope I'll be a medical doctor.
Wow.
So when I came here in the US, I have to be honest. When I came to the US, I started looking at medical schools here in the US, and thank God that biology was a prerequisite. Like the prerequisite was if you have a biology, and thank God I had honors. I graduated with honors, so that also made my application to go a little bit higher because now I'm meeting the requirements here. And so I started searching for schools. You know, like when you come from Kenya, let me just tell you the truth. When you come from Kenya, you have these big ambitions. You know, you're in America, it's land of opportunity. So you have these big, outrageous ambitions. So my husband was like, hey, calm down. My husband was like, calm down. Start slow, then pick up the pieces. I was like, no, this is the time for me to look for schools. You know, when you come from Kenya, I don't know other people who had spouses, but me, when I came, I think my husband gave me an ample time. Like, I didn't go to work. The first, there was no, like, rush to go to work. It was like, just have time, stay home. So while I was home...
Did you feel the pressure, though?
The pressure
because you've come from home, you've gone to the land of opportunity.
Yes.
And these expectations.
Yes.
We expect something.
Yes.
Umefika America.
Or what
so as much as you're getting easy time in the house, are you getting the pressure that we need something back here?
Yes, sasa hiyo ndio another advantage. So my mom, as I said, my mom was working and she was doing a good job.
Good.
So sending money home to me was not a problem. Like, it's not, they could survive without my money. And then when I came, my siblings were still young. So I wouldn't say money, there was no pressure from home. Pressure started when I went to my first job.
Okay.
Yes, now that's when pressure started, because I was like, hey, in the America, you know, it's in the America, because this is the life, you know. My husband told me, you know, I don't think you can manage a nursing home. It's too much. So the only thing I can advise is to go to a group home. So my first job is I worked as a PCA in a group home. So that's where this mindset of going to school started.
Okay.
Yeah. So while here, this is when I was like, I don't think this is the life I want. I need to improve my life. I worked in that group home for a while. And as I was working there, I was still researching this university. I was talking to people. I remember someone told me that, not someone, so many people told me that my Kenyan degree is nothing. It's nothing in the US. You have to start from scratch. That one
it's something that a lot of people get told when they come.
So that one kind of discouraged me. I was like, hey, now my mom has struggled to take me to a private school. Then just throw that away.
Yeah.
I think that kind of motivated. There are things that people tell you, they think like you're going. I was a little bit discouraged, but it made me think harder. How can I still make this degree valuable?
Yes.
You know? And that's when I started researching. So, and then now, you remember I came with that mentality at medical school. I looked at how long I will take it was like 10 years for me, because 4 years medical school, 4 years residency,
and then
like now I don't have life. I have a family, I'm growing. So I said, oh, then medical school is out, because I'm very intentional about family. Family matters a lot to me than these careers and all that. Yes, I want to build myself, but at the same time, I was realistic about, is this the life I want? Because see, Raisi, it's a commitment. You're not working for 10 years in the US. Yes. You have a family.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, that's out. So my next one was physician assistant. Was to be a physician assistant. My husband told me, you know, the problem with physician assistant is you're going to be under the doctor all the time. You'll never be independent. Why don't you do NP, nurse practitioner? Because it's an independent profession. You prescribe meds, you treat people and all that. Oh, I said, that's a good one. So I never even knew what nurse practitioner. So I started Googling and all that stuff. Anyway, that ended. But still I'm stuck that this degree is nothing, remember? My husband told me, how about you try nursing? Hey. Sasa nursing was not